Okay, today we will be seeing about the fallacies. There are formal fallacies and informal fallacies, but we will be seeing about the informal fallacy now in this video, and we will try to master it, and we will solve a few problems at the end after knowing the concept first. Okay, tricks first. So let us, without any delay, let us start. So the informal fallacies are basically classified into four types. One is fallacy of presumption, fallacy of defective induction, and fallacy of relevance, and fallacy of ambiguity. So in fallacy, let us see first fallacy of presumption. So pre-assumption. So in this itself we can thoroughly see it is pre-assumption. So in this pre-assumption we'll get first begging the question, where you will be seeing most of the time the begging the questions fallacy only, and complex questioning, false dilemma, fallacy of accident, fallacy of converse accident. So in this most of the time we will be seeing false dilemma, begging the questions, accident, and converse accident. This is most repeated things, but yeah, don't bother about it. So let us see and master each and every part. So first let us see begging the question. So begging the question is the one, so now begging the question is the one where prejudices will be happening with us before itself, in prior. Means it is very easy to understand. See, these all are examples of begging the question. Now you see here in this, God exists because Bible says so. This medicine is effective because it cures people. Murder is wrong because it is morally unacceptable. If you observe all these examples, if you observe all these 10 examples, what you can identify is God exists. So they already said God is existing. Medicine is effective. They already said medicine is effective. Murder is wrong. They already said murder is wrong. So here in all, first they already assume what they wanted to prove. And then they give the explanation. This is assumed, this is explanation, assumed, explanation. Here also the reason everyone wants XYZ phone is because XYZ is phone, it's popular. This is assumed, and it is popular because explanation is given back. Are you understanding this? Here also, now you can say what is the assumption. He is a reliable person, already done. Essentially for, so private property is essential, already done. Law of physics is uniform, already assumed. When you assume something, so when we call it as, it's a begging question. Okay. Now here also you can see cutting people with knives is crime. We are already saying it is crime. Freedom of speech is constitutional protected right. What you bought yesterday, you ate today. So stealing is wrong. So like this, they assume in prayer itself. But here if you observe, see, what can you observe from the, that is what, when I was seeing the example, it is not same like the begging question example. So here, now you can clearly see the example, the difference. See, now you can clearly see the example difference here. Here, cutting people with knife is crime, they are assuming, but that is why it all falls under pre-assumption. But what is happening after that also you should identify. So surgeons cut people with knife, therefore surgeons are criminal. So this is a pre-assumption. Cutting people with knife is a crime. This is a universal assumption. This is generalization. Then after this generalization, what is happening? surgeons cut the knife. This is general rule. Bringing that to the specific and concluding, applying the general rule to the specific thing. There may be some cases where the specific cases where the general rule is not correct, but we assume that general rule is correct for all the specific cases. That is where we call it, we make an accident. So this is an example of fallacy of accident. Okay, now here also you can see freedom of speech is constitutionally protected, right? So this is general rule. Therefore shooting fire is a crowd theater is protected speech. Shouting, so that is what you bought yesterday you ate today. This is generally they are saying you bought raw meat yesterday, therefore you ate raw meat. So whatever he bought yesterday, you don't need to eat it. Similarly, here also exercise is good for health, therefore someone with severe heart condition should engage in strenuous exercises. This general thing specifying for specifying thing, whether it holds or not doesn't matter. Are you getting the difference of begging question and fallacy of accident? That is sleeping generalization. See, as I said, this begging question, it is arguing in circular manner. So what you wanted to prove, you will assume prior itself, then you will form the conclusions for it. Here there will be a general rule. Based upon the general rule, you will apply it for a situation where it doesn't fit. Like, now I will tell the RAM example for both of us. So Ram is good because he does good things. This is an example of beginning the question. If the same example has been written like this, the same example, like not like Ram here first, so teachers are good, Ram teach, so Ram is good. So actually we cannot say whether Ram is good or not. Whoever teaches need not be good. So that is a fallacy of accident. So here here teachers are good is a general statement, so Ram is good is a particular statement. So general thing you are applying it for a particular thing. So without, if it fit or not, we don't check. So that is where got the difference happens here. Here in begging question, we'll prove with an argument. First we will say what we wanted to say, then we will prove with an argument. That is the basic difference. I hope you got it between both. Now in this fallacy of presumption we have 5 things, right? So fallacy of presumption we have 5 things. One is begging question, one is fallacy of accident, one is converse accident, 1, 2, 3, and one more thing is 4 is false dilemma, and the 5th one is complex question. So now let us see the remaining things, and we will end up the video with that. Okay, here also you can observe God exists or not. So now let us see the complex question. So complex question, here we will be so complex questioning. The fallacy of complex questioning, it is also called as loaded question. Loaded question means already what is loaded here? What is loaded here is nothing but assumption which is not proven. Assumption which is not proven is loaded. Assumption which is not proven is loaded here. So here, have you stopped cheating on exams? Here he already assuming person is cheated in the past. So that is in the past also he is predicting. So why is private healthcare so much more expensive is already assuming, and every time it stops with a question. That is what you have to see the difference. In begging question you don't need to have a question, even though the statement is saying it's a begging question, but you don't need to have a question. But complex questions will be most of the time ending with a question. That is how what you can differentiate. So when you will admit you are wrong, so but they are assuming that he is already wrong. So assumptions are preloaded here, and these assumptions are not yet proven and not accepted by everyone else. Like one more example, if we can take, why do you continue to argue always? Why do you continue to argue always? This is also one example. If you take one more example, how many times do you beat your wife in a day? This is also one more example. And one more example, how long can one survive without water? This is also one example. Something like this. And it is also called as Petitio interrogative. Petitio interrogative. Okay, you remember that. This is also called as Petitio interrogative. And it is, we can also say that assumption which is not proven means unjustified pre-assumption. So we can also write it like this is unjustified pre-assumption. So justification is not been done for the pre-assumption part. Okay, but to forget all these things, the best way to identify this complex question is it is always in interrogative form. So ends with a question. Okay, that's you must understand. Question mark ends with a question mark. This is you must understand. Now let's just see. So begging question already pre-assumes something, God exists because of that and all. And here complex question, it is a loaded question and it will be ending up with question mark. It will be ending up with question mark, right? So it will be ending up with a question mark. Yeah, so now you understood this thing, right? Now a fallacy of accident also you have understood. So generalizing that thing. So now we have left out with only one thing and two things that you will see it now itself. Now let's go back to here. So false dilemma. False dilemma is false dichotomy. Okay, it is dichotomous. Dichotomous means you must understand there is only two things, like yes, no, go or not go. So here you will assume whether you will not think of neutral. You will not think of neutral or middle. So you always think of two bipolars only. Anyways, yes or no, come or don't come, go or not go, good or bad. That's it. There won't be any medium person. That is what the false dilemma is. You will be fighting up between these two things. So if you see, you will definitely easy to observe. It is clearly easy to observe. So America, love it or leave it. Are you getting? So now here you see, if you are not a Christian, then you are atheist. There are only two options. They can be someone else also, right? Yeah, so few more examples. You can also form few more examples like you are with me or against me. So here also I am saying just you are with me or against me. There is no something called you can take any stand. I don't want to put political things here, but something of this sort. There will be only yes or no, right or wrong. misinterpreted, misrepresentative, this misleading, all these things falls under this false dilemma only. Misleading, misinterpretative, something of this sort. So basically only to see when you wanted to when you are having a exam and when your mother says, mothers will give two options only, either you have to give, so either you drink milk or sleep, something like this, or either come for movie or go to class. There can be in between things also. He can be in library, he can be anywhere else, but here giving only two options. So that is where it comes a false dilemma. Okay, most of the time. So there may be some more examples like these examples for two choice. There is something called examples of omission also, like I thought you are good but you didn't come to church today. This is one of the example of omission. What is this omission? Omission example is, I thought you are good but you didn't come church today. This is an example of omission actually. So where they are omitting the all other choices being present. So there may be good people who don't go to church, but they are omitting that. So this is about a false dilemma. So without next delay, let us go back to the one more thing which is left. It is fallacy of converse accident. So in fallacy of accident, we have seen a general rule. In fallacy of accident, we have seen a general rule. So general rule applied to a specific condition, even it may not hold. Okay, that is fallacy of accident. Now what happens? This is a reverse case. Fallacy of converse accident means taking specific thing, if it holds or not holds, and applying it for general, if it won't hold also. Okay, this is fallacy of converse accident. Okay, what is the fallacy of converse accident? Taking specific thing, applying it to a general one, even if it won't hold. This is fallacy of converse accident. So now let us see the example. So why to spend more time on here? If you see example, you will get it. Now you see. Now let us see the example first. Yeah. So cutting people with knife is crime. See, surgeon cut people with knife, therefore surgeons are criminal. This is fallacy of accident. Don't confuse with fallacy of converse accident. Now let us see the converse accident. My neighbor's dog bite, therefore all dogs are dangerous. This is converse accident. All dogs may not be dangerous. Okay. Now again one more example, the accident. Exercise is good for you, therefore someone recovering for the heart surgery is exercise. Now one more converse example. Because using a computer has improved some students' grade, every student should be required to use computer in every class. So this is generalization from a specific case, giving it for a full thing. Are you getting? So this is the examples of fallacy of presumption. We have seen the presumption. I hope now you understood the fallacy of presumptions completely thoroughly. fallacy of preassumption is having, let us just have a quick revision of all those. Fallacy of preassumption having begging question, complex question, false dilemma, accident and converse accident. In begging question we will having prejudice of what we need to prove, like Ram is good because he does good. So complex question comes with a question, tag, and false dilemma is options are only two. Okay, now accidents means we already seen sweeping generalization. So generalized statement is applied to a specific condition. This is specific statement applied to a general condition. So this is fallacy of presumption, which contains 5 fallacies in it. So you should not have any other confusion based upon this. Thank you. If you like the video, like it. If you have any doubts on it, please comment. Based on the comments I can clarify you later also. And if you like, you can share and subscribe. These materials are available again in this Telegram channel. Whoever wants, you can join the Telegram channel. You can just scan this and you will get the Telegram channel link, and you can join and get the material notes more. Thank you so much.